All right, good morning, everybody. Last last Wednesday of the month, last Wednesday to talk about this theme of gratitude, just in different ways. Today, obviously, with tomorrow being Thanksgiving, made that shift just to talk about some of the Thanksgiving advice that comes from time to time in the counseling office. It certainly is this week in particular, and then we flash forward to December. They tend to be busy weeks in the counseling office, just out of planning, right? Because the reality is there's a group of people who love holidays, there's a group of people who hate holidays, and there's a group of people who could just see them as any other day of the week. And so trying to just embrace that and talk about it straightforward on Monday in the email. So for those of you who love Thanksgiving, we're just trying to encourage people to say, here's a way to love it even more, and that's avoid distractions, right? Can you have a chance to be really focused that day on the people, the events, the activities you want to be able to do without getting distracted by, well, obviously technology or other things that bog down, some urgent things that might come in, so you can just be present as possible and really enjoy that. But also talking about those that really struggle with Thanksgiving for whatever reason. I like to use this phrase, exit strategies. So it's the idea of how can you be prepared to avoid the things that you don't want to encounter. And so shared one that just talked about using scripts, right? So you have an answer that's already kind of in the back of your mind about what to say. And if you have about 3 scripts to be able to use, typically people can navigate a conversation that they don't want to be able to have. So that's an example to be able to use, but just think about that. Is there a time you go? Is there a time you leave? Is there a predetermined portion of that day that you want to be able to show up and you don't want to? So have some strategies ahead of time, and I think it allows you to navigate a difficult day a little bit better. And then those that just see Thursday as the Thursday of the week, and it's just something where they value, encouraging people to embrace it as the reality that a majority of people get Thursday off. And when we think about the obstacles that come trying to get together with people, and the reality is you have a chance to connect with those that will be off work at the same time, perhaps. Or maybe you've got Wednesday, Thursday off, or Thursday, Friday, whatever it might be. So you have an opportunity to connect with people and deepen those relationships. Because it's not just another Thursday, it's a Thursday where lots of people's schedules align for the first time in a while. So take advantage of that and use it as a way to work on your wellness. Even encouraging people this week to be planning about it in those kind of exercises to focus on. If you have some goals, think about them today and make sure you can follow through on them tomorrow. Whether those are goals about something you're really looking forward to, again, people, food, activities, know what they are ahead of time. You have a much better chance in the busyness of Thursday and Friday, Saturday or Sunday to have them accomplished. You're going to feel better about that no matter what's going on. And then make sure you connect with those people. There's probably a person, a story, an encounter, a particular tradition perhaps, or just a person you want to make sure you talk with. And the more you aim for that, the better chance it's going to happen. So just a highlight there of what was going on for Monday. And maybe there is a long list of things you have that you look forward to. As I was thinking through the week myself, I was looking forward to watching the third best team in the NFC play on Friday, right? The Bears are so much better than the Packers this year, so I'm going to be watching them on Friday. I don't know when the lowly Packers play, but it doesn't matter. And maybe you're looking forward. Hey, I'm talking. Maybe you're looking forward to other things. Maybe you're looking forward to other things. Obviously, we love food around here, and so I was thinking about, those Thanksgiving dishes we're talking about, and I said, what about cranberry sauce, right? Because sometimes there's a little debate on what is the proper form of cranberry sauce. And so I was looking back on that, and here are some facts about cranberry sauce so you can be correct about any debates in your house this week. In 1912, Marcus Aran found a way to have cranberries all year long, not just in season. There was some extra, like, what do we do with these extra cranberries that aren't perfect? And so he found a way to can them, which is the proper form of cranberries at Thanksgiving season. The canned fruit log, I love that phrase, the canned fruit log became a Thanksgiving staple in the 1940s. It takes about 200 cranberries to make 1 can of cranberries. And here's the real fact. So 73 of us are correct of Americans prefer their cranberry sauce out of a can. 73%. A lot of chirping this morning. 73% of Americans prefer their cranberry sauce out of a can. It looks so pretty, right? You notice they make the can kind of, shapely like that. So when it comes out, it looks good. 60% of Americans say that cranberry sauce is on their table at Thanksgiving, right? So we know it's a popular dish. And this was interesting. 20% of all cranberries in the U.S. are consumed this week. 20%, thanks to Thanksgiving. So you've heard, some of my humor about this idea of what activity are you looking forward to in the next few days? Again, whether you love it and you're really anticipating Thanksgiving, you've been waiting for it, it's just another Thursday, but what activity are you looking forward to over the next few days? Whether it's rest, food, people, what comes to mind for you?
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Thanksgiving, Christmas?
Yes, Kyle's grandmother started a tradition 50 years ago that Christmas, Thanksgiving for their family was always Friday. So the people that were out of town didn't have to drive up on Christmas. So everyone's there.
Nice. Combining Christmas and Thanksgiving out of convenience. Nice. Cooking. Heard cooking. Other things?
Not cooking.
Seeing family. I hope you guys have a list of things and you really can, again, enjoy those moments that are coming. Turkey trot. Those of you who want to run or work out on Thursday or Friday. It's a few days of the year where I like to tell my staff, people aren't necessarily expecting you to be working, so take the day off and enjoy Thursday and Friday. And sometimes it's hard, right, to break out of traditions that we have. So I hope whatever you're going to be able to do, it is something that's different, unique, or it just helps you thrive to be able to do that, which leads to our follow-up question. What do you hope to do in the next few days to build your support network, right? What do you hope to do to just build, deepen relationships? Is there a certain activity or place where that's going to happen?
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Sitting around the long table and doing it that way. Yeah.
It's like 60 people now.
Yeah. And it's also an opportunity to share some news. Noticing lots of places talking about their Thanksgiving meal, whether it's a complimentary meal that's happening or a discounted meal that's happening on tomorrow, to be able to do that. Lots of charitable organizations trying to do something to help people this time of year. So maybe even that's an opportunity for you to think about, how do I serve the community over the next 4 or 5 days, and go from there. So some good things to talk about. Some final comments just about this week and how to get through Thursday, but it also is this chance to wrap up the topic of gratitude. I wanted to share this morning another script that comes into play to find a way out of tough spots, and highlighted a little bit more that I think 3 is the specific number, right? Because when people ask a question, and they're just asking a question because they're busy and they're moving on, if you have one script, you usually can get out of that conversation. Sometimes people ask a follow-up question, and so you need a script for that one. But rarely do people ask 3 questions in a row. So if you have 3 scripts, you probably can get out of that conversation if you need to. Or you realize this is a person that really just cares about what's going on in my life, right? Because how are you doing is a greeting half the time. And so you don't have to unload the whole story you don't want to say. But if you have 3 scripts, you have a way to really deal with the majority of people who are asking. And if someone's willing to stand there longer and be able to ask, they're probably invested and they're sincere and they're really willing to kind of get into that for you. But be prepared with 3 scripted answers, and it probably gets you out of the majority of conversations. And if that sounds really weird to you, you've never been in that situation, and that's probably a good thing. If it sounds like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of the person I need those 3 scripts for, then you know exactly why I'm recommending 3 scripted answers, okay? Secondly, identifying your own expectations for this holiday, but even going further, for additional holidays that come this year or you think about additional difficult circumstances that happen. When you know what those expectations are, you have a better chance to be able to go. So it's really this idea of turn and face those things that are difficult for you. You have a much better chance to navigate them in a more successful way than if you just choose to ignore them, stuff them, unhealthy coping skill them, those kind of things. So just turn and be able to look at it, have the proper expectation. I think you'll navigate the challenging situations. And then finally, really just hoping that everybody has a chance in the next few days to have some rest and relaxation, right? We love the word margin. We love the idea of setting time that's unscheduled. Well, tomorrow, because most people have the day off, there's not an agenda that comes, or Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I hope you can find a couple hours at least where there is opportunity for you to do whatever you want. Rest, relaxation, spend time with someone, watch something, be able to take a nap beyond just the turkey coma kind of thing, but just a way to build in some of that margin so you go into next week really satisfied and able to go forward. So overall, it's been a good month to be able to talk about gratitude and the power that it has to help us navigate relationships, adversity, change the way we look at things, and even get through a holiday week to make it even better than you really want it to be, or to be able to navigate a difficult one, and really a way to use it to build relationships and deepen support networks. So really good to see everybody. I hope you have a great holiday as it goes for you, and travel safe if you're on the roads as well. Have a good workout. Thank you.